So radicalization basically is not just a push. I'm not going and finding somebody like-minded and I'm saying, hey, go out and commit a shooting spree. No, what it is a nudge. We constantly groom him within a certain group up until the point of burst, of the peak, which is maybe an act of violence, stabbing, shooting, bombing, and whatever. And it is true to jihadi terrorism, and it's also true to white supremacy terrorism.
Political bias in an AI system like ChatGPT actually matters a great deal. My cursory exploration of historical figure interviews corroborates the potentially dangerous outcomes of the uninformed and or unassuming public's acceptance of computer-generated content. While it may seem extraneous, the reality is that generative AI in any flavor is changing the ways in which we live, work, and play, whether we realize it or not.
Region has fragmented and authority has to some degree collapsed, and yet state authority, or the machinations of states, remains the single most important gauge of power. If you're not working for a powerful state, you ain't nowhere. Which means that the next question which we need to ask ourselves is, okay, well then if everyone's working for states, then which states? Who are the powerful states? Who are the powerful groups of states? Who's fighting who and who's winning? In this regard then, let me say the following. The single most cohesive, not necessarily the strongest, but the single most cohesive and well-crystallized state-led regional alliance in our Middle East today is the alliance led by Islamic Republic of Iran. Note again the caveats, not necessarily the strongest, weak in lots of ways, but nevertheless cohesive and united.
People argue about how many thousand Jews were killed, but in any case, the point is that the Jew is a carrier of a contagion. Now, what is the contagion? I think the contagion is Judaism, as Alfred Rosenberg says, the Nazi ideologue. The contagion, in other words, is not that the Jews will, with their disease, will kill you physically. It's with their teaching and testimony, they'll kill your soul.
So if you hear translations, interpretations in English or read them that don't have that spirit, that makassid, spirit of what's been in the interpretation, then you're actually reading and interpreting ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, the same people that I'm fighting as a person who's a student of traditional classical Islam, ijazas in a whole bunch of different things, I'm also fighting. So we're allies. And by the way, you have to be allies, because we can't do this on our own, neither can you.